Throughout 2022, I was unemployed, unfortunately, 2 times, and it's not like I'm not looking. Like, if I showed people how many resumes I'm putting out, how many people I'm constantly connecting with, what my mentors are helping me do, like, they're like, "There's no way you can't get a job." And it's just like, "Yeah, I know, but it's deeper than that." People that you're life coaching, your clients or whatever, they wanna know that you're human as well. They wanna know that you may have fallen short, but how did you get back? Obviously, I'm completely falling short. I'm not completely falling short to the point like, damn, I'm like fucking homeless or anything like that, but like it's not as bright as sunshine and rainbows that people think it is. Welcome back to JWP Platform. I'm your loving and growing coach, Joy the Growth Coach, and I'm behind the camera with my editor, Eric. Shout out to Eric. Today, I wanted to do a little bit more of a reflection piece of just where I am in the current state of my life, what's going on, how I'm kind of coping and dealing with it, and really what I'm taking from the experience that I'm having to go through right now. And just even as a coach, being vulnerable, being honest, because clearly, as I've always preached on this channel, I never have all my shit together, and I'm okay with it. It's a growing process. It's a growing understanding of learning what it means to have a business, what it means to be a college student all over again, what it means to really go through life and take the valuable lessons from each scenario that I get placed with, and making sure that I'm a better and more conscious person like moving forward. So hopefully Eric can come up with questions on the fly and we'll just have a great dialogue and keep going back and forth.
Let's get to it.
All right, let's get to it. What you got for me, sir?
I'm asking the first question.
Yes.
What led you to the point of like, all right, I'm going to sit down today and make this video, make this topic, besides me being here and taking advantage of
because
like,
I was
the lighting
definitely
stuff? Like, besides the obvious.
What led up, I guess, to it is I lost my job 3 months ago, and luckily I'm blessed that I finished college, but like I'm starting college again class again as of yesterday. And I feel like I'm kind of just in this space where like everything is it's okay and it's decent right now, but like the earth is still on fire like it's on in hell. Like I'm every single time I'm trying to get somewhere, I'm trying to do something, it's just not working out the way I want it to work out. I can say that like I've been trying to definitely stick to my goals, take better like awareness of my health and get those things together, like and trying to stay afloat. I've been definitely reading a lot more books. I definitely have been like being more conscious of what I put into my body. I'm also being more conscious of like how much I work out. I now work out about 4 to 5 days out of the week, trying to make a consistent sleep schedule because now I have a lot more leniency with that. But when I'm thinking about my goals, it's like I'm having a hard time like actually getting my goals completed because I don't have a job. And I feel like it definitely bothers me because it's like when you don't have that financial aspect to really like lean back on, and even just to create things and to like really be able to impact other individuals' lives the way, whether that's family or friends, I feel like that bothers me the most. That's kind of leading up to this why, because I wanted to really just take a step back and like really reflect over what I've been doing over the last 5 months to just keep afloat. And maybe just think about like how I can change the way I think into 2023 and going towards my goals.
You feel like you're not there supporting like friends, family from the financial aspect of not having a job?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you were getting at, right?
Well, like I still live with family and I wish I could be in a better predicament where I could bring more to the table. So it's like, it's a really humbling experience. Yes. Like, and I've been like throughout 2022, I was unemployed, unfortunately 2 times, but like, it's been really a humbling experience, but it's a very frustrating experience at the same time because it's like, you want to be able to do these things. Like I'm 25, like I should be able to, have a consistent job. I should be able to move out. I should be able to like, put more money towards investments and put money towards goals and put money towards maybe booking trips or putting money towards like, if friends have birthdays coming up and you want to like be able to put more money into their gifts or do whatever. Like I can't do that the way I may want to. So it's kind of like frustrating when you don't have that financial aspect to be there. So that's where I'm trying to like be at now, to give myself grace and understanding. But at the same time, it's like hitting a wall. And it's not like I'm not looking. Like if I showed people how many resumes I'm putting out, how many people I'm constantly connecting with, how many like what my mentors are helping me do, like they're like, there's no way you can't get a job. And it's just like, yeah, I know, but it's deeper than that.
So without that part of your life and not having a job and that financial aspect,
Go
have you
ahead.
been able to find that compromise? And if so, or if not, how do you find that compromise in terms of like putting in a temporary substitute for your real goals?
I mean, I guess my temporary substitute is like working on my body goals. Me being conscious of like how much I'm working out consistently now. Over the last probably 2 months, I've been like really going hard in like the gym and like really going hard about like what I eat, how I sleep, and like really understanding foods and like how that really goes into my mental health. I've been having a lot of conversations with like my two guy best friends about this, and like we always are constantly exchanging ideas of like how we can progress ourselves in the gym and progress like where we want to go, and like trying to ensure like yes, the summer bodies are ready, but like really how that affects us mentally. So like that's been a nice really substitute, because like last month, after what like the 10th or the 14th, I really didn't have school anymore. So it was just like, well, what was I gonna do to like maintain that time? I spent a lot of it like understanding mind, body, and spirit. So like I was starting to read about like, I think I went through like 3 or 5 books like last month. I'm reading Single on Purpose by John Kim currently. I started Lovers and Friends. I don't remember who the author is. I got Gary Chapman's The Five Love Languages. And I also invested in buying more books like as well that I plan on reading. I really wanted to dive deep in understanding, since I've been looking online recently, like the disparities within relationships between men and women. Obviously, we've known they've gone on for so long, but like also how does it affect us overall in our mental health, and how it affects how we see society, and just a bunch of other different things, and how it goes into how we eat, how we sleep, and understanding like who you are as an individual, and like really trying to get to your best self. So that's something that I've really tried to understand over the past month, and really just finding ways to also improve myself. So that's kind of, I guess, like been what I've been focusing on to kind of distract me from not getting to my financial goals the way I want to, or getting to the goal of like wanting to move out or do certain things. I think the problem that I honestly have, which is probably going to sound crazy. Well, I don't have this problem. I feel like people think that life coaches and therapists have like this idea that we always have it together. Obviously not. We're human, which is perfectly fine. But like, we don't ever talk about like how it affects us, like overall, like online, like constantly being able to show up for individuals, but like not having individuals constantly show up for us, as in like checking in to make sure like we're good. Like we always have to be that strong friend, because naturally that is what we are supposed to be constantly. We're supposed to be that strong individual. I'm not saying that I don't have individuals that don't necessarily do that for me constantly. I do have a few, but like I feel like we constantly put out this perceived image online, like we got it all together, when probably behind closed doors, sometimes our lives are not in shambles, but it's very shaky. And we're still human and trying to use the same coping skills that sometimes we teach y'all to use in our own lives. We just are maybe a little bit more advanced at understanding how to constantly use them in a better frame.
What do you mean, life coaches?
Like I would say life coaches, therapists, psychologists, health educators.
Well, I feel like all those people that you've listed, they've mastered the art of being there for themselves first.
And
And
yes and no, because prime example, I could tell you consistently that you need to be in the gym at least 30 minutes to an hour a day, and whatnot. And this is something that I fell victim to as a coach. 30 minutes to an hour a day to actively be moving around to better your health. And I'm skinny as a twig. I mean, not anymore, because I've definitely been going to the gym and my weight has been going up. But like, if you're not actively doing it yourself, like, but you look like you're healthy because you're fitting the societal standard, and somebody else is not, then like, are you actually really doing the work? No. Versus like, if I saw you actually putting in the work consistently, if I saw the gym photos, if I saw that like the healthy eating, if I saw like you actually talking about like your journey through it, then, or even if you could like share experiences, like not every therapist is going to share their own experiences, not every life coach, because that's not what we're there to do, but like people that you're doing your clients or whatever, they want to know that you're human as well. They want to know that you may have fallen short, but how did you get back from it? Obviously, I'm completely falling short. I'm not completely falling short to the point like, damn, I'm like fucking homeless or anything like that, but like, it's not as bright and sunshine and rainbows that people think it is, or like how I am. Because I'm human. I got my own things that I'm going through.
So then, what are the next steps to get you to?
I need a job. If somebody wants to gladly, pay me $60,000 to be a program manager, or to be a program coordinator, or a public health educator, or a health educator, or a youth program coordinator, or whatever, I will gladly do it. And it's not like I'm not doing these interviews. It's not that I'm not putting myself out there. It's not that I'm not going back and getting this master's degree and doing whatever. It's like that's really the main step that I'm having the issue with right now. Because everything else I'm really building on. Like, I'm building on my communication skills. I'm building on how to hold myself accountable. I'm building on ensuring that like I'm properly planning out my day and planning out time effectively for each and everything in my life. Um, I'm having conversations really with individuals and trying to see things in a different point of view that I didn't typically see before. And I might have been prideful and saying like they were wrong, but sometimes now I'm seeing in a different light where they are right. And it's being able to put your ego aside.
Do you think that's your main goal right now? That's priority number one, to get a job.
Eric would probably say I probably don't need a job and I need to just batch out content. And although he's not wrong, it would be nice to have a steady income where I could like be able to do the things that I want to do in my life while also having the luxury to do my business full time.
What are some of the things that you want to do?
Of course, I would love to travel, like obviously. I would love to like really put more money into JWP, as in like I would love to have an office space where like I can actually finally have clients and whatnot, and especially because I would love to like having more clients. I haven't had clients that I've been life coaching independently in a long time, but I'm open if anybody wants me to life coach them. Definitely open to it. You can find out more information on the JWP website, which is jwpcoach.com. I would love to be doing that. I would love to be spending more time like actually exploring more self-care activities, like maybe venturing out and going to spas or going to wellness centers and like having different conversations with individuals, and like going within school systems and like actually teaching and doing small little mini workshops, or doing these in community centers. So like I would love to do all these things. I really honestly thought that I would have a job again by like January. Cause like I started applying for jobs even when I was at my last job. Like not because like I wanted to leave. Well, I did want to slightly leave, but not really. But it was more so like I always know there's another better opportunity out there that will always pay you more. So I was just constantly thinking that. So I never stopped like applying. I was just like applying less. But once I didn't have a job anymore, I was applying like crazy. So I was going on all these job interviews all last month, which was great. But like now I'm in a spot where it's like, all right, some of those job opportunities didn't work out. Some of them I haven't heard back from yet. I started going on new job interviews. I haven't heard back from those yet, but it's like it's gonna be soon the end of January. February's gonna roll around. What's gonna be the issue? Like I can't keep going in this cycle. And there's only so much unemployment is going to pay you. So it's either we have a job or we don't.
We're two different people. Where it's like I know my content, I have to put that forward. Versus you right now, but you know, like you bills have to get paid as well. Like you're being realistic with your
Yeah.
with it as well. Like bills have to be paid, and then you know just things have to be
And
done.
also, I want to move out my mother's house
Uh,
because it's like I just feel like the way how I see JWP being so much more better is me having my own apartment, or like me having my own space where like I can just go bash content whenever I want. It could be 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't. Nobody cares. I don't have. I can have people literally come over and do the podcast the way I want to do it. I don't have to worry about like having to explain certain things or like worry about parking. Just all these things. It's just like it. I have that ability.
you say that's how you think JWP is gonna get better, but
I
does
think
that
it's a.
mean?
I think that would be a step in the right direction.
Do you
I'm not
think?
saying that's the
Hmm.
immediate thing.
But do you think that stops you from making JWP better?
Oh no! Like I know
Like you
I
don't think
need.
that's a sacrifice that you have to make?
No, I know that the one thing I need to do is definitely make more videos and consistently. And I'm going to say that in front of Eric because after this, if I don't say it, he's going to probably write it in at the bottom, anyways. And then also probably in the comment section because he has probably access to the page. But another reason why it's very difficult for me to sometimes batch out content and sit behind a camera is because, for one, I don't want to seem like an imposter. I feel like there's a lot of people on social media that are constantly having this imposter syndrome, and I just don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to come back and be like, oh, I got all this together and this is how you do it. Like, I don't think that's something that you do. But it's more like when you're not in the right headspace because you're trying to deal with the real shit and deal with your own shit, it's hard to like ask somebody to be vulnerable on camera and like just talk about these things. Like it's not like it's not going on. Like they're not fighting these demons behind closed doors. So like that's definitely like something that I really do ultimately struggle with. Like just being honest about it. So I don't know what in my right mind made me have the confidence today to do it. Probably because Eric's at my house and like probably making me do this video. But if it wasn't for that, because we've been putting this video off for at least 2 weeks now, um, this probably would not be coming out. What's honestly kept me level headed since like not having a job is my friends. Is like, my family. Like for one, I'm extremely grateful. My mother will never probably understand how grateful I am for her. Not only to like allow me to still stay at her house as a grad student, but also like during this difficult time of like me not having a job. But she sees the work of like me not trying, well, me trying to look for a job, me going back to grad school, and me doing everything that I need to do. So I think that's what keeps her like calm about this entire situation. But I'm very extremely grateful for her. Family has also given me like level headed advice. I definitely say friends. My two guy best friends, constantly always grateful for them because at the end of the day, like from one, they're my gym buddies and they're always holding me accountable.
What point are you at right now in that job search?
I mean, I'm still applying. So it's just more like they're helping me out. Well, I would say this. I'm very grateful in the aspects of people that I know have helped me out, as in they're reaching out to other individuals and networks they have.
If getting fired was 0%, what percent are you now? If 100% means I have a job.
I mean, I guess I'm just still in the interview. So if interview at 25%, that would be just 25.
Does trying to clear yourself mentally and mentally prepare yourself and like getting other things that you need to get cleared out from
I
your
feel
mental health,
like I'm
is that
I
also part of the
have
process?
I don't feel like that is because like I feel like I was there already. When I walk away from a job, like if you give me a week or 2 weeks, like I can get myself together and then start all over again. So like I don't think that mental clarity is there. Like I evaluated the situation, I looked at it, I took accountability for whatever I need to take accountability for, but I'm also going to say like the job needs to take accountability for how that shit ended as well. And like I had friends just like look at the situation and make sure like I wasn't crazy. But yeah, pretty much at the end of the day, I wouldn't be sitting here behind the camera if it wasn't for friends, if it wasn't for my producer, Liv, constantly keeping me motivated to keep going. Eric for showing up, and constantly like giving me words of advice. My best friends, even some of my girlfriends, thoroughly grateful for them as well. Um, and just the many individuals that have like really just helped me like keep going, because honestly, it's difficult, but like as long as you still have your sanity in place, and as long as you remember what your why is, and like you're gonna keep working towards it even on the days that you don't want to work towards it, like it's gonna be accomplished. So it's like I'm trying to have more grace with myself during this entire period. So yeah, man, that's it. Until next time, stay stay glowing, stay growing, and we'll see you soon.